Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a childhood grail piece of mine, my white whale for 2005, and that is the Clone Turbo Tank, the original 2005 version. Still surprised that I have this. This actually makes the last turbo tank I needed in order to have all three, so I'm super excited about that. We'll go into some of the detail, and then if you guys want to, I could do a comparison out of all three, so just let me know in the comments below if you're interested in something like that. I think it'd be kind of fun. But yes, this is the 2005, or you could call it the 2006, and I'll get into why in just a second. But let's get into the specs of this guy. So this is set 7261. Its name is Clone Turbo Tank. Came out in the year 2005 with 801 pieces. It includes 7 minifigures and originally retailed for $90. If you want it today used, it's going to be about $305, and brand new in box $597. Those numbers are from brick sets, so they're always slightly skewed. I will say with mine before we begin that this actually belonged to a childhood friend of mine. His name was Victor, and we went to church together. And he had this. I remember coming to his house and seeing it brand new in his bedroom and just thinking that was so cool. He had the light up Mace Windu, and Mace Windu was like one of my favorite characters even back then. And I was just novice into Lego Star Wars specifically. I had just gotten my first sets that Christmas, and I was blown away by this. I remember his mom saying that he saved up like $100 because of tax to get it. And I remember telling my mom that I wanted it, and she's like, well, maybe if you save up your money, you can get it too. But $100 to a 10-year-old was just insurmountable. And so I had given up hope, and I, for some reason, never asked for it for a birthday or Christmas following. And so here we are. He has since grown up, and his mom still had a big bucket of Lego. We were unfortunately missing most of the minifigures, but literally 95% of the turbo tank was in there. I had to order like an extra wheel and like a couple extra little parts. Very, very, very minimal. So I think that it's really special for that. That being said, this set is super used. This was a played with set, and so as we go along, you'll see that it is not in the best of condition, but I like it that way because it has a childhood memory for me, and I think that that's really neat. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the minifigures. Okay, starting off the list with the minifigures here, we have two pretty standard battle droids. One comes with this little turret, which struggles to stand up, especially with the skinny weight of the battle droid, so it just ends up looking a little bit awkward. Nothing special about the battle droids. They've been the same since 1999. And then we have a jet trooper, which is pretty cool. His backpack is what makes him exclusive, but he is a standard clone with the 2005 visor cutout, which looks really nice. There is the backpack, which I think is obnoxiously large, but this is what makes him the jet trooper. Otherwise, he's just really standard, but he looks pretty good. We also do get a standard clone trooper, who looks just the same, just without the backpack. Following that, we get a 327th Star Corps Trooper. Lots of people used to consider him Commander Cody back before we had a Commander Cody, and he is exclusive to the set due to this pauldron. Without the pauldron, he belongs in the 2007 Clone Trooper Battle Pack. I believe it's 2007, and he has the orange printing along the face and torso, and he has some printing to show that pauldron there, and the belt has some printing as well. Looks really nice. This was a very detailed clone for its time, and I think it still holds up great. There's something so cool about those old visor cutout helmets. I think they looked really good even still. Following on, we get a Kashyyyk Trooper, and this is just an Imperial Scout Trooper recolored, but it's pretty cool. He is a prerequisite to the newer Kashyyyk Troopers, basically, that we get. They have a battalion number. I think it's 212th Battalion. I could be totally wrong, but he is done in a sand green, and he is the most expensive figure in this set comparative to Mace Windu. He's really actually very expensive. So he was quite a pretty penny to rebuy, but you can see the printing on the chest plate there, and very, very detailed torso for its time, and even leg printing, which is very, very uncommon for 2005. He has the visor cut out still, and it is just, like I said, a recoloring and then a reprinting on the torso. They have never made another one of these, and so he is very, very valuable. And then, of course, the star of the show, in my opinion, which is Mace Windu, the envy to my 2005 childhood dreams. I wanted this Mace Windu Lego minifigure so badly. In 2005, the only version you could get of him was the light-up one, which is the one displayed here. And there he goes. Still works. I changed the batteries out, and the only difference between the 2005 and the 2006 Clone Turbo Tank were the Mace Windus, and I do have the non-light up version as well, and then they ended up giving you an extra clone trooper with the 2006 versions because I guess they felt that light up Mace Windu was worth an extra minifigure when they took him out. So there they are both together. I definitely think my light up one has a lower printed face, which is kind of funny, but I love the eyebrows. Anyways, both of them look super cool together, and that is the minifigures. Here are all of the minifigures together, and overall I think it was a fantastic selection. In 2005, it was phenomenal. Even today, by today's standards, I think it's great. We get so many varieties of clone troopers, a nice Jedi, and 2 droids. I think it's perfect. They do not need to change the minifigure selection on this. It's great. All right, so this is a relatively large set, as you can tell. I personally like the wheels the most out of all of the clone turbo tanks that have come out. It does come with a side build of a speeder, which is pretty cool. I like the red in it, and the light gray looks nice with the little blue accents. Of course, these speeder bikes, as most of them are from LEGO, are so oversized, but this one's not too bad. I like the poles that connect the engine section, and it just looks very 2005-ish. I like it a lot, Revenge of the Sith. So it unfortunately does not have a place. It doesn't have a home in the turbo tank, but we'll go ahead and take a look at the vehicle itself. All right, common misconception about turbo tanks, and I myself am bad about doing this. I always think this is the front, but this is actually the front. I don't know why the back end is so small, but anyways, on the top, before we get into the interior, we have a little radar dish here, or a blaster dish, I don't know, little cannon. We have one at the very end as well, and both of those turn. With it being 2005, they didn't really use any Technic support, and so these things just pop off super, super easy. So keep that in mind. We have some detailing on the top here with those like telephone looking pieces, some little red accents, and then of course we have the lookout post, which is pretty cool. And let me see if I can get it in there. Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. There we go. Lookout post, which all of the turbo tanks I believe have had, and you just pull it up and down, and then it locks into place when you twist it and it stays up. It is a rickety design, but it works. You can put a trooper up in the top. And I do like this one better than the 2013 one because he can actually like sit in it and he's not hanging off. And so just, it's one of those aspects about the turbo tank. And then on the front, we have another little cannon. And then we have, I don't know if these are like little blaster turrets. And then we have, of course, the big guns up in the front there. The wheels themselves turn. The center movement is on like springs to help it give that movement effect. I don't know if y'all ever saw the 2005 commercial for this. It was so magnificent. I stopped what I was doing when it came on TV to watch it, and it is like ingrained in my memory. But it's this turbo tank driving through all of these house plants like you're pretending, and just the wheels look so cool the way that it's moving. So I forgot to mention in the back there are also cannons as well. And so there lifts off several pieces. Obviously the front is going to be this main section here is going to be the biggest part, and inside we have a little cannon. This personally to me looks like it belongs on Hoth rather than this set, because this is like a Kashyyyk based clone turbo tank, and this is probably the roughest piece in this set. This is very yellowed and very scratched. Like I said, this is very played with, so it does sit in there. We have a couple of neon discs there, and then inside a spot basically to put it, and it's got like little yellow and blue bricks, which is kind of cool, and it just slides on in there, and then you can lock it with this little spot here. I say lock, it just kind of holds it into place a little bit better. You can also see the bottom of the turret. There's a little hole, and you can kind of see how it hooks in maybe. It's a little bit hard to show. My biggest complaint about this area is that the way that these hinges work, there's nothing on top of them. They pull off a lot is what I'm saying. See, and so every time I go to like lock the doors back, I tend to pull the hinges off because the Technic ratchet is so strong that it just pulls this top piece off. So that part is a little bit annoying. And then on the front here, we have the front grille. You can see all of the like little windows, I guess, and it opens down, and then also has this little door right here that can open up. You can set a trooper inside, and it's actually a really neat feature that we don't get in any other turbo tank, but he can like lift up a little bit, and so if you close the front door, his little head can stick out, and I think that's really cute. And he can raise and lower, and I really like that aspect. But there's not a whole lot of room to move around in here. It's very, very cramped, and this is something that the turbo tanks improved a lot on as they went on with the 2010 and subsequent 2016 one. But it is a neat feature that it doesn't come back, it doesn't make a reappearance. And then in the center here, these tabs they're not really meant to fold out. We do have these little doors here to expose some bombs, which I think look really nice. If you fidget with them, you could probably get them out, but they're mostly just for show. And then of course we have the back here, and the back holds 2 chairs and 2 blasters for our other 2 clone troopers. There's not really a dedicated spot for Mace Windu unless you want to stick him in the back here. But overall, I think it's cool. You do get the 2 battle droids, which I think it would have been nice if they had made this just a little bit more expensive and given us something like a battle droid stat bike or something. But I know with this line, they encouraged you to buy other ships and stuff to go along with it. So this one was just simply the turbo tank, and it has its flaws. It's not Technic based, and so pieces of it do tend to fall off. It's not the sturdiest. It definitely has a ricketiness in its age, but I personally, and this is just me, think this is the best looking one, and I don't know if it's because of the nostalgia for it that I have, or if it just, I like the wheels on it. I think the wheels look nice, and I think the coloring looks nice, and with the red detailing, I don't know. My least favorite was the 2010 Clone Turbo Tank, but I can get more into that if you guys want to do it. Have me do a comparison video, just again, let me know in the comments below. But that's basically this set. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I am so happy to have picked this up. I don't know if I would have paid the $300 and something price that it's going for used if I hadn't gotten it from a friend for, I think I paid $50. And I think that that's pretty fair. And this was such a fun thing to, put together again. So I hope you enjoyed my video. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.